Hi, I'm Catherine Cook. I'm a graduate student at Grand Canyon University, and I'm currently studying pedagogy in higher education. Today, I want to talk to you about the importance of building relationship between instructors and adult learners in the higher education environment. Building trusting relationships between adult learners and instructors in the higher education environment can be paramount to student success. So, what does relationship building look like for the instructor? Well, in her 2010 study, Weimer suggested that simply building rapport can go a long way in student success. Weimer posits that building this rapport can lead to motivation, it could lead to enhanced communication, and it can also lead to trust. Now, beyond rapport, mentorship is also a very important aspect of building relationship with adult learners. As a matter of fact, in his study, Chambliss even stated that mentorship might be the most important thing in building student success. So, what then are best practices for building relationship and rapport with learners in the classroom? Building rapport with students requires instructors to establish equanimity. Adult learners need to see that their instructors are fellow travelers on this discovery of learning and not simply just a sage on a stage. In order to establish this rapport, instructors need to be willing to get down in there with students and learn from them and learn their perspectives and use those perspectives to facilitate learning. Weimer queried business faculty concerning their perspectives of rapport, and she found 5 key points in establishing rapport. Number 1 is respect. Respect must be mutual, not just between the instructor and the student, but there also must be respect for the learning process and for the institution itself. Number 2 is approachability. For an instructor to foster rapport with her adult students, she must be approachable. An adult learner must never feel intimidated in approaching an instructor. Number 3 is open communication. To build relationship with adult learners, you have to have healthy communication. You have to have honesty, you have to have consistency, and you have to have transparency. Transparency really does foster open communication. Number 4 is caring. Faculty must take a vested and quantifiable interest in the success of their students in the classroom. However, when instructors go beyond that and take an interest in a student's well-being, mental, then they're going to have more successful students. And finally, number 5, faculty need to have a positive attitude. Now, this doesn't just extend to the classroom environment or to the learning process, but also to the instructor and the environment that she builds in the classroom. A positive attitude can lead to making space for the instructor's own unique personalities and for the students' own unique personalities, and that therefore fosters a comfortable environment for the students, and it fosters them being more willing to share their unique perspectives. And it also can create a safe space in the classroom. How then might an instructor learn the needs and interests of the students? Well, the short answer is pay attention. So let's unpack that. How do you pay attention? Well, paying attention to adult learners can mean paying attention to their individual cultural values, to their learning characteristics, their strengths, their weaknesses, cognitive abilities, their personal interests, and maybe even their struggles. Specifically in the discipline of English language arts, instructors can gather this information through a variety of writing assignments or through simply gleaning perspective from classroom discussion. When considering student perspective, an instructor must be professional and ethical when dealing with opinions that differ from her own. To do this, instructors must first value all of their students and respect diversity. This means instructors must not only check their own bias, but also be cognizant and gracious of the many variables that go into a student formulating their own unique perspective. Being mindful of culture, of race, of religion, socioeconomic status, sexuality, and even regional influences can help an instructor come to a greater understanding about how her students came to formulate their own opinions, and can allow the instructor to appreciate those opinions and to further instruction. Now, furthermore, supporting culture and diversity can support a Christian worldview. According to Baldwin, helping students develop a critical social consciousness is in line with many Christian universities' goals to, quote, equip students to grow in their discernment of their world in light of Scripture and to wisely and compassionately engage culture for the sake of Christ's kingdom and glory, unquote. This kind of cultural engagement, as interpreted through the lens of the Christ that commanded us to love our neighbors as ourselves, can help instructors and students be bridge builders of the faith and not simply gatekeepers. Thank you.